And we would hash from Friday to Sunday, like non-stop, just trying out different ideas.
So who are you?
My name is Carl. I'm the CEO and one of the co-founders of Tictail.
Okay. So what does Tictail do?
Tictail is the easiest way to set up an online store. We provide an easy, pretty and social way to start your online store for free.
Yeah, I mean, it's some pretty amazing figures you talked about. You have acquired 10,000 customers in 10 months. So I think every entrepreneur in the room just got this question in his or her head: is how do you do it? How do you get 10,000 people to sign up for your service in such a short notice or such a short time?
Well, it's now 11 months and it's 13,000 stores.
Okay,
but I
great.
think that the best way to market a software company is to really focus on creating a great product that people love.
Yeah.
And what I mean about that is that when we look at our acquisition channels and how people found out about Tictail, in fact, most people on our platform have found out about Tictail for user recommendations.
Wow.
People get on the platform and they recommend a friend to start using the service. So we did a survey last week and we found out that 81% of our users have recommended someone else to start using Tictail.
Wow, that's huge.
And then, like, creating a good product, it also helps you in getting PR and speaking opportunities like this, which also works a lot. So try Tictail.
Okay, that's good. So do you have this one spontaneous question pops up in my head is how do you think about product development? Do you use short iterations? Do you focus very much on UX? How do you craft the service?
So I think you want to find a combination. And what we always say is that we think of product development in two steps. We think about what happens in the next 2 months and where shall we be in 2 years.
Wow.
And we only think about these sort of two time frames because you can never know what happens in the next 6 months. It's impossible because you want to change things and you want to be agile and iterate on what you're developing. But you want to know where you want to be in 2 years so that the things you choose to do in the next 2 months are going into one direction.
So they're roughly falling into the framework. So.
Yeah, they're roughly falling into the framework.
Yeah.
The second advice I'd give is to say that you don't want to create any bottlenecks when it comes to product innovation. You want to create an organization where everyone are innovators, where everyone can contribute to what the product can become, and really try to find people who are not only designers or developers or marketers, but are truly entrepreneurs as well.
Wow. Yeah. And now you told an example that now you get Lufthansa on board.
Yeah. Isn't that fantastic?
Yeah, that's disruptive. I mean, did you ever think or fathom that you would have Lufthansa as a client or customer?
No, I still don't believe it. It's quite fantastic. So we have a few enormous global brands using the platform, and the cool thing is that when you make technology so easy and available, people start doing strange things with technology. They start using it in new ways and create new formats of using it.
Yeah.
And it's very cool to follow the development and the community in Tictail and to see that people are setting up stores in a way that we never expected them to do.
Yeah.
Like another example, I was reading an advertising magazine the other day here in Sweden, Resume, and there was this student who was selling his internship on a Tictail store.
Wow.
And you know, like when technology becomes so available, people dare to craft new things of it because the investment or risk of failure is not so expensive.
Yeah.
And that's very cool. So I could more things have happened than I could ever have hoped for.
So how do you create this great team? Are there any principles that you're using?
Well, I think the main principle is that it's not enough to just be the greatest within an area. Like, you can be a short talent, but if you're not a team player and a cultural fit who really enjoys and feel passionate over what you're doing, then you're not a good fit for Tictail. We try to create an organization of friends, essentially, and to have that come into our culture in a good way, because I don't believe that innovation happens over emails. That's not how good ideas are developed. You want to really sit down with people, go out, have a beer, throw a few problems around, see what comes out, and that's where company innovation happens.
And you get trust, fun, and everything.
Trust is a very important word, actually.
Okay, so I know that you're pressed for time, so now the 3 game change questions we always ask. Why are you passionate about startups?
Well, I'm passionate about, I think it's hard to say it's just passionate about startups. I'm passionate about creating something of long-term value and being allowed to think about a problem for a long time, like the long-term commitment that a startup can mean. Okay. Like I think product is what makes me really excited and inspired, and what actually what I was missing working in advertising before.
Okay, so the second question is, how do you kill a perfectly good startup?
So I think the best way to kill a perfectly good startup is to be good at too many things at the same time. You really want to come up with a scope, cut it in half, then cut that half into 4 pieces, and then cut one of those pieces into another piece, and then just grab a very, very small part of the problem you're trying to solve and focus in on that.
Yeah.
Because like your most important asset or resource will be focus in the first couple of years, and without that you're going to fail.
So why is it game-changing to work with Tictail?
Well, I think that the main reason Tictail is game-changing, apart from being a very design and data-driven company with a lot of exciting technical challenges, we're game-changing in the way that we're not a funny app to know when you're going to feed your cat or something. We are in fact changing people's lives. We're creating businesses for people. I mean, like, after the Christmas sales, I got this email, which I'm extraordinarily proud of, where it's like, what's from this guitar store in Dublin, and it's been a family-run business. They've been around for 120 years.
Wow.
And they wrote in this email, like, we've been around for 120 years, our business has been slowing down, but now we started a Tictail store, and it looks like we might be around for another 120 years.
That's beautiful.
Like, we really changed the lives of a lot of people, and that's a fantastic thing to be part of.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for your time, Carl.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.